Hi guys, Drew here, back with another video. It has been a while since I've posted. The last video I posted I think was a few Marlies signings that the Marlies made, and then I made my SCFR when the finals were around. But it's been a while since I've made a video, so I might as well do one. And I was thinking, what should I do for a video? So I was thinking on doing a Q&A. So we have I posted on my Facebook account. Do you guys do you guys have any questions or answers? And I'll answer them. So, we have two questions, and I will talk about more like what's been going around the league, sort of in the NHL. So, the first question we have is from Aiden Foley of Growlers Nation. He is a big time Growlers fan, and he says, who are some Maple Leafs Marlies players who can play with the you see playing with the Growlers next season, and some Growlers players you can see signing with ECHL deals. So a player I think that can potentially play with the Growlers next season. There are players in the Marlies camp right now like Ornson Tazo and Keith Petruzzelli. Um, a guy that I was thinking, there's two players actually. Keenan Suthers, he signed a contract with the Marlies. I mentioned that last in my Marlies signing video. He's a 6'8" player, so he's pretty big. So he might have some time with the Marlies next year, but I can see him coming with the Growlers. Another guy I was thinking of was Luke Cavalin. He played for the Flint Firebirds this past season. He can play with the Marlies this season, but I can just see him playing with the Growlers because the Marlies have a lot of goalies like Ian Scott, Andrew DeAngostini, way more. Keith Petruzzelli, another one, just to name a few. So maybe Cormier comes back next season, and Cavalin could be the backup, or Cavalin can be the starter. So those are two players. Another player I can see going on an ECHL deal with the Growls, I don't see it being O'Brien. Either O'Brien goes to play with Marcus in Vienna. I never mentioned that really, but Marcus Power has signed in Austria, so we'll be playing there next year. So he's not going to be on the Growlers, sadly. But you have O'Brien still available. I see him signing a two-way contract with the Marlies. A few months ago when Marcus signed that deal, I thought that he would be joining Marcus, but it's been a while now, so I don't really see it happening. So I say that he's going to get like a 1-year, two-way deal with the Marlies next year. So another guy, a guy that I can see getting an ECHL deal with the Growlers, Darian Plouffe is a guy I see because I just feel like he enjoyed being a Growler this year. Todd Skirving, obviously off the list. He's definitely going to be playing with the Growlers next year, unless he does something crazy happens and he signs somewhere else. But I'm sure all the Growlers fans are really hoping and thinking he'll be with a Growler next season. James Melindy, a potential contract signing because he might. So last in the 2020-21 season, he played. He never played anywhere. He worked for the Newfoundland Fire Department. He was a fireman. So he did it this year as well. So he played a bit with the Growlers and the fire department. He worked there. So he can take the fire department as a full-time job, but he can resign with the Growlers next year too. So you never know what can happen to Melindy. I don't really know what's going to happen. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Okay, so the next question we have from Ryder Meany of Growlers Nation. He says, did Steve Dangle basically inspire you to make videos for your YouTube channel? And if not him, who? Steve Dangle did do most of the stuff to inspire me. There are a few like other people like hockey YouTubers I used to watch. I still watch guys like O Nyquist. I'm not sure if you heard of him, but he's a guy that I watch a lot, and he talks good about hockey. Gravity's another guy. Post to Post, Neil, he's a really good YouTuber. And I just really thought that it would be pretty cool to see what I can do. And Steve Dangle basically was the one who created GFR because he does his LFR, which is least fan reaction, but I do my GFR, Growlers fan reaction. So basically he did do most of the stuff, but there are some other hockey YouTubers that I used to watch and I still watch again. But they inspire me too. But Steve Dangle did do most of that. So I want to talk about a few things. I want to talk a few things about the draft and some signings from free agency. Some bigger shockers of the draft. Shane Wright went down the 4. Some people thought he was going to number 1. I heard a lot of people saying after he got down the 4, people were thinking of the movie Draft Day. People were saying that Shane Wright was a bit too cocky, and the same thing happened in Draft Day. There was a guy supposed to go first, but he ended up going 6th or 7th, I believe, because of that reason. I think it was 6th, and he bounced down the 4th. So first overall, I'd like to welcome him to Montreal. Yuri Slavkovsky, he played most this year. He played in the Olympics. He played in the World Cup. He did a lot of stuff. He played for TPS Turku. And he might be playing for Montreal next year, and I'm hoping he does because I like to see him play. If you guys haven't seen that video of him on like a bike that you train on, it's just, I just laugh whenever I see it. Like, he's going nuts on that bike. But I'm excited to see him play. Simon Nemec went 2nd overall to New Jersey. And then 3rd overall, Logan Cooley went to Arizona. And I think he fits a lot with Arizona. I can see him being a big piece for Arizona. Maybe I kind of compare him to Austin Matthews kind of style because he's most likely to be the highest scorer. Shane Wright's obviously a Patrice Bergeron, and Slavkovsky, they were saying, could be the next Jaromir Jagr. I'm fine with that if he's playing for Montreal. Then in free agency, Johnny Gaudreau was a free agent, and he tested free agency, and he did go somewhere else. It was very shocking because he went to Columbus. So most people were thinking he was going to New Jersey, the Islanders. Philadelphia was another team trying the free cap space to get him because he's from near Philadelphia. But he signed with Columbus, so I find it a really good signing for Columbus. I wonder if one of those big pieces are going to go, though. Players like Roslovic, Texier, Patrick Laine, possibly. So, Pierre-Luc Dubois did request a trade, so there's rumors that he might be going to Montreal. There's another trade that happened a couple minutes ago that I'm going to mention, too. But, big shocker that Gaudreau's going to Columbus. Kadri is the 2nd, and he hasn't been signed yet. Klingberg hasn't been signed yet. Montreal hasn't signed much people. They signed Rem Pitlick for a 2-year deal. So I'm pretty happy with that. I really liked Pitlick. So, one thing I forgot to talk about, Montreal made 2 trades. So they traded Romanov to the Islanders for the 13th pick, and I'm sure there's another pick somewhere in there. And then they traded that 13th pick to Chicago for Kirby Dach. Kirby Dach's a decent player. He got 26 points in 70 games. So I can see him kind of being a breakout player this year. I know I might be jinxing it, but for some reason I just have a weird feeling that it's going to happen. So another trade that happened a couple of minutes ago, Jeff Petrie and Ryan Poehling are both going to the Pittsburgh Penguins for Mike Matheson in a 4th. Most likely the Habs are trying the free cap space to get Pierre-Luc Dubois. I would be thrilled if Dubois came to Montreal. He's a great player. Definitely going to do a lot of good stuff with Montreal. And then they got a defenseman like Mike Matheson. He might be like a bottom pairing D, 2nd pair D, kind of. Won't be in the top, maybe, but don't see it really happening. Nothing really else to talk about. The one more thing I want to talk about is big congrats to Ryan Green on being the only Newfoundland player to being drafted this draft. He went 57th to Chicago, so let's hope he does a lot of stuff for Chicago and see if he can be a good player. So yeah, that's going to be it for this, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you do, you can like this video. You can subscribe if you really liked it. Go look in a couple of weeks. GFR might be popping up soon. About a couple days ago, it was 100 days till the ECHL season starts. So I'll be trying to sync on some videos. Won't be posting much because I'm trying to enjoy my summer a bit. But I hope you guys are enjoying your summer too. If you guys want to know, if you guys tell me what you've been enjoying, you can do so. Yeah, and that's it for this, you guys. You can follow me on TikTok. My name's Drew the Hockey Guy. No spaces. Same thing for the Instagram account. You can follow my Facebook page, Drew the Hockey Guy. I also have my kind of more. I post a lot on my Drew Felsom account. So if you guys want to go over there and see it, you can add me if you know me, or if you don't, you can still look at some stuff that I have on there. So that's going to be for the guys, and I'll talk to you all again soon, and maybe in a couple weeks.